1. Living in a warmer country. GS Paper 3. Environmental issues, climate change. What is the context about? The first few months of 2016 were close to 1.5 degrees Celsius, higher than average global temperatures for at least previous 10,000 years. At the Paris Conference of Parties, COP21, last December, world leaders agreed to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius. According to estimates by Climate Central, long-term average global temperatures are expected to cross the 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold in about 10 to 15 years. Many scientists and analysts consider it as an impossible goal, unless far-fetched method of sucking carbon out of the air becomes viable. How did India respond to reduce global warming? National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPC, essentially announced to the world that India was willing to act on its global responsibility to limit GHG emissions. In 2007, the Indian government established the Prime Minister's Council on Climate Change, out of which emerged the NAPC. The NAPC also rolled out a fair number of programs and strategies under its 8 missions. Despite the fact that the country has low per capita emissions, less than 2 tons per capita, which is lower than the world average and has often taken lead in calling for equity in international climate policy and the allocation of a fair carbon budget. In this bleak setting, what should India begin to consider doing? India now needs to reimagine and develop a new approach, or national strategy, a set of policies that lay out its action plans for reaching its targets, and not just for reducing emissions. The country's overall strategies would have to include a number of different aspects such as an integration of mitigation, adaptation and inclusive low-carbon development, and considerations and clarity on implementation. The programs that were undertaken should be monitored that how these would all add up to fulfilling our commitments. Climate change and its impact on India. The recent floods in Jammu and Kashmir and Tamil Nadu, and severe drought in many districts, are probably just an indication of the harsh implications for the future. Climate change will make monsoons unpredictable. As a result, rain-fed wheat cultivation will suffer in a big way. Total cereal production will go down. The crop yield per hectare will be hit badly, causing food insecurity and loss of livelihood. It is estimated that a rise of 0.5 degrees Celsius in winter temperatures could cause a 0.45 ton per hectare fall in India's wheat production. The rising levels of the sea in the coastal areas will damage nursery areas for fisheries, causing coastal erosion and flooding. The Arctic regions, sub-Saharan Africa, small islands and Asian mega-deltas, including the Ganga and Brahmaputra, will be affected most. The total agricultural land will shrink and the available land may not remain suitable for the present crops for too long. Farmers have to explore options of changing crops suitable to weather. Climatic changes could lead to major food security issues for a country like India. Huge coastal erosion due to a rise in sea levels of about 40 centimeters resulting from faster melting of glaciers in the Himalayan and Hindu Kush ranges. It can affect 500,000 people in India because of excessive flooding in coastal areas and also can increase the salinity of groundwater in the Sundarbans and surface water in coastal areas,